We asked storytellers to select a type of story and some words to inspire the stories that they tell.
So I went on a long trip after college. I went backpacking with some of my friends for 1 month. And that was already risky because we were going to be staying in hostels. And yours truly, I'm a germaphobe. I do like traveling, but I was a little scared to leave the United States for that long, but I did. And one of our first stops was in Switzerland. And my friends also know that I'm afraid of heights, and they don't care. They had me sign up to go canyoning with them. And perhaps people would wonder, what's canyoning? And why haven't I heard of it? Well, if you haven't heard of it, that would be because it's illegal in the United States. But I didn't know that until after the fact. So I stupidly agreed to sign up for what I thought was similar to canoeing. That's what I thought canyoning was. And it turns out it's not similar at all. No. We were hiking waterfalls and then rappelling down waterfalls with a rope, with no safety harness, no parachute, no net, nothing to catch you if you fell. I rappelled the first time. There were several times we rappelled, but the first time I did, when I was rappelling, you're supposed to sort of sit into your own butt and use your legs to propel yourself off a wall, and I slipped. And then I crashed immediately into the wall again on my shin, so that was fun. And then, as we made our way down, it was time to jump off of a cliff, just a plain cliff, no rope, no safety harness. We did wear helmets. And when I was jumping off the cliff, I slipped again. And I slipped basically in a way that did not allow me to jump very high or very far away from the cliff like I should have. So as soon as I slipped, what I felt was the instructor shove me even further, which actually was good, but I hit my head on the way down. And then I think I blacked out. I don't remember anything after that, but apparently when I rose out of the water, because that's what we landed in, everything was gushing blood, it looked like, out of my head. And I had to be taken to a Swiss hospital, which were actually very lovely. It was like sunshine and rainbows. Everybody was very sweet. And because of the way their country works, the healthcare is actually affordable. I think I paid $20 American to have stitches. And then we continued our European adventure because, of course, this happened the first week we were gone. I didn't want to go home. I wanted to persevere, but I was never going to go canyoning again. But the problem was that my stitches were going to need to come out 10 days later. And we were going to be in Spain and maybe Italy. But that's okay. We kept going. I did have a concussion. I never went canyoning again. We continued on the European adventure. And when day 10 struck, it was time for us to be in Italy. I think we're in, wow, it's a very popular city and I'm blanking. It's the one with the water.
Venice.
Thank you, it was Venice. We were in Venice and there were like 6 of us sharing a hotel room. And I wasn't feeling well that day. I think I had just been traveling too much and I needed like a day to just rest. And my friends were gonna go out, which was fine. And I was going to be at the hotel and we'd meet up for dinner. And the only thing I had in the room was popcorn, and I thought I wasn't really hungry anyway, that could hold me over. And what we didn't realize when my friends left, I just basically slept, like I fell asleep, I said goodbye. The hotel room, at least in this particular hotel in Venice, it locked from the outside. So when I woke up later and I was trying to leave, I couldn't. And there was no phone in the hotel room to call anybody. So I screamed, hoping housekeeping would hear me. They didn't. So I lived on popcorn and then waited for my friends to come back for dinner time, casually took my own stitches out, and then went out for a celebratory meal. And that's pretty much the most risk I've taken since my whole life. I'm now in my 30s, that happened in my 20s, and I'll basically never do any of that again. The end.